Guys, it's Fallen here again. First and foremost, I want to say I'm very sorry for this long period of absence that I've kind of put you through here. It's not that I couldn't make videos, it's just that I couldn't really find the drive to, and it's really bad as a content creator. Even though I'm not like a real big content creator, I still feel like I owe it to you guys to make decent videos, or as decent as I can make them, and upload them fairly fairly quickly and consistently, considering the fact that you do seem to enjoy them, and they do get, in my eyes at least, quite a bit of views. And and speaking of views, actually, today's video, as you can probably tell, will be an update of one of my least well received deck profiles, probably because I didn't know what I was doing then, or maybe I was making a build that people didn't agree with, or maybe people just had salty memories of it. But either way, I'm coming at you with an update to the Dark World deck, and I'm gonna make this really, really quick, really short. I'm not gonna go over everything in depth like I did then. I mean, I'll go over them all because some things did get changed around, some things got taken out, some things got put back in. But I'm gonna do it real quick. Also, new mat. Got it at a sneak peek at my locals. If you're in California, shout out to Hobbies and More, La Puente. That's my local TS. Really cool guy down there. Anyway, let's start off with our monsters. Now we got 1 silver, 2 gold. You can get the effects off. Pops 2, sends 2 from the hand back to the deck. Why do I run 2? Because I'd rather have 2 destructions than a possibility of not even having targets in the hand to send back. Because nowadays your opponent dumps their hand like no tomorrow. 2 Lucents. This man actually spiked up in price. He's about $10 in it right now at the time of me making this video. It's really weird. I'm gonna guess just because maybe the new Dark Structure deck came out, or it's coming out. It's been announced at least. And now maybe he's a hot card for whatever reason. But in my eyes, the only reason why I can see it being kind of out there is like because you can make links with it maybe. Because he brings one from your deck, so it kind of thins, gives you link material. I don't know, but I run him at 2 because he's decent, big body. 2 Ceruli, that's down from 3 Ceruli. A lot of people don't run Ceruli at all. I don't care if you don't run him. Like I put this in the description of all my videos. If you've never read that, if you think that my profiles are just terrible rogue fun decks, I always put in the video, these are to serve as bases for you to build your own decks on. Not just necessarily build this and you'll do good. You can build these, you'll have fun, but you'll be frustrated because they're not complete. These are just thoughts I'm having. These are decks that I've built and I've used, and I've done fairly well with them. They're not always competitive, and they probably aren't the most competitive because I don't have tons of money to throw in and make these super, well thought out, well constructed, competitive decks that just have like some of the best resources available to them. But nonetheless, they're fun and they're just nice to see. I'm pretty sure a lot of you who are watching this probably remember when Dark Worlds were a thing and they were relevant. And, maybe that's what you're into. Making old decks, trying to make them relevant again. That's what I'm into. So, yeah, only 2 of him. You can sack them off. They'll get their extra effects. It comes up every now and then. You don't want to rely on it. When I was running 3, I found that I was really relying on him to get effects off. Now that I only run 2, I found that I can do other things to get around that. 2 Beige. He specials himself out, but other than that, he's just 1600 vanilla, pretty much. I mean, 1900 if you have the field spell out, so iffy. You still need him though, kind of. 3 Graph, self-explanatory. He pops, he steals from the hand, and he comes back from the grave. Stupid easy, man. You can use him for links or rank 8 plays. 3 Snow, it's your searcher, self-explanatory, you need it. Also steals from the grave, you get second effect off as well. And 3 Brow, it's Jar of Greed. Pretty much, you draw a card if it gets sacked off from your hand, or you draw 2 if your opponent did it to you. So he's a Pot of Greed, if you can get that effect off. Spells and traps. Now these are pretty much related, mainly because they do sort of the same thing. Dark Smile gives you grave control, lets you play with your opponent's grave and can put them at some really big disadvantages. Brainwashing, however, can really just be like not a brick in your hand, because of course you're gonna set it, but a brick in your back row, because sometimes you won't have enough cards out there to use it, or maybe you'll have the 3 Dark Worlds out there, but you won't have the cards in your hand to do it. Or no, no, I'm sorry. Maybe you'll have the Dark World out there, but you won't have the cards in hand that you want to use off of it. Maybe you'll toss out like a Regeki or something, and it messes up your whole play. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. When it's good, it's really good. When it's bad, it's kind of a pain. But these two, I usually side out, and I usually put some strikes in. And especially now, because I kind of tweaked this deck, and you'll see why. Last of the traps here. Torrential went to 3. I don't know if you want to run 3 in this deck. You could replace the 2 viruses. I'm just a fan of the 2 viruses. This card will single-handedly shut down super heavies, which aren't relevant in the meta at all, but I thought it was just a fun fact to throw out there because they're all super weak in attack, and it's just really funny to watch their whole hand go to the grave in one turn. Eradicator can shut down anything that's either spell, trap heavy for a nice while, so that's really good. Torrential, we all know what Torrential does, and like I said, it went to 3. You can replace these 2 if you don't feel it, run the 3, and then we got a Warning, because a Warning is just a really good card, and like I said, I usually run 2 strikes, so 2 strikes and a Warning works pretty well. We do have Judgment back, so you could put a Judgment in here in place of a Torrential or one of the 2 viruses, because honestly, this is your best virus in the deck. This is probably your most mediocre virus. If I had Crush Card, that'd obviously be the worst virus, but I'd probably use Crush Card Dragon because I like to try out new things. Spells, Mass Change 2. That's right, we're running Dark Law in this deck, and that's why I'm saying if you're running strikes in this deck, it's going to hurt your opponent extra hard, because if you have a Dark Law out on the field and you strike them, that's just extra salt in the wounds. Whatever they got, destroyed, grave, no, I'm kidding, it gets banished. So, yeah, 3 Mass Change 2. Maybe it'll brick you, but sometimes you want to, well, okay, I'm not going to say sometimes you want to brick with it, but you want to discard Dark Worlds from your hand, but because Mass Change 2 discard is a cost, they don't get their effects. So if you draw into the 2 Mass Change, and you have your only beige, then fine, play the beige, set a Mass Change, pass, have the Mass Change happen, and then sack the other Mass Change, because you probably won't need it. 3 gates, self-explanatory, draw a card, deck thinner, power boost. D-roll dealing, run 3 of them, because why wouldn't you, especially if you have the Dark Law, because then they draw, they discard, you take one from their hand, banish it, and then whatever they send to the grave, banished. Whereas well, Dark Law gives you nothing but pluses. Drag down, same thing. One from their hand, banished, and then whatever they discarded, banished, you go plus off of it. And now these are just one-ofs. Dark Hole, you could probably replace with another Torrential if you want to be that guy. Allure, you could probably replace both of these with 2 allures, because if you want to be as consistent as possible, that's the way to do it. Gateway kind of comes in handy sometimes, end phase Gateway, bring out like a Graph or something that you just can't afford to normal and then special back. It's not bad. Like I said, you could probably replace this more than anything with an allure if you want to be if you want to be more consistent. But I do like this. But if you want to have the outing ability, then replace this with the allure and keep the Dark Hole. Or if you want to, because I know you can, change this for a Kaiju Slumber, or change this for a Kaiju Slumber. Replace some of the bad spells or traps you didn't like, or some of the monsters you didn't like, like Ceruli. Replace those with some Kaijus, and now you have a little kaiju engine you can use. And here we have the extra deck. So Tomi lets you recycle your monsters. It's pretty good. You can only really bring them out with Lucent. Trias and Adrius. He pops, he protects and pops. They're decent to go into. I mean, as decent as they can be, honestly. I think you can put a Volcasaurus in here if you really want to, just to get that burn damage, but that's really not the point of Dark Worlds. It's whatever. Got a Roach. Negate special summons. It's alright. Utopia. Basically because you can. You can make rank 4s. And what that means is you can make Utopia the Lightning. So that's not a bad thing at all. And you run 2 Dark Laws because 2 just seems to be a decent number. I mean, I don't know. You do run the 3 mass change, but like I said, you might pinch one for cost or set one. Maybe it gets destroyed. So you're going to run 2. You don't want to be too reliant on the 3. Because mainly you're just going to be controlling the board. Or at least trying to control your opponent's resources more than anything. Want to make sure that whatever they're drawing, you know what's in their hand. And you know what can happen. So you kind of want to be in control and have knowledge. I don't know. Maybe you run 3. Go ahead. I feel like I only needed 2, but that's just me. I'm not the smartest player. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll link the older video in the description, and we'll see how this goes. Maybe this is a better build you guys will like. Maybe you're tired of hearing me talking. Who knows? I really didn't go on this long this time. Usually it's a much longer video, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. And in case you were wondering, I haven't yet run out of things to do. There's quite a few more decks out here that I do want to make. Yeah, within these 2 deck boxes are the next 2 profiles that I'd like to make. And I'll let you know this. One of them was at one point pretty meta, and the other one at any point in time really didn't do anything, but it's become really fun now. So I'll let you think about that. It's gonna be kind of weird considering the fact that this video is going up on a pretty weird time schedule. Probably I'm currently recording this at 12 at night, or 12 in the morning, I guess you want to call it that. So yeah, let's see how many of you actually watch this. But anyway, it's been a little while since I've done a video. As you can tell, by the way I'm speaking, I didn't put much thought into this one. I don't script anything out. I want you to know this. I just do things off the top of my head. So if you think, oh wow, it sounds really good, it doesn't. If you think, oh wow, it sounds really bad, yeah, it does, because I don't script anything. It is all natural. I don't want to be. I'm just gonna be upfront with you. I do everything first take every time, no editing. You think you see any editing in my video? I probably pressed the pause button or something real quick because something came up. It's okay. I'm sorry. Anyway, I've gone on rambling too much. Now you're tired of hearing me. I'll let you guys go. Have a great day. Bye.